Good morning. Good morning. Give me just a moment. You're used to this as I get everything live. It takes just a minute to make sure that everything's working. I hope you are having a beautiful day wherever you are. Let me do some typing. I realized the other day when I listened back that because my microphone is right beside my keyboard, when I'm typing on the keyboard, it sounds like I'm pounding it, but I promise I'm not. All right, so let me pull this up on my phone real quick. And as I said, as you get here, make sure that you say hello and let me know that you're here. Whoop. Where's it at? There we go. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Make sure you say hello and let me know that you're here. Okay. Got it. I was doing some work on the computer before this, and I was getting some transcribed some of my videos and different things, and I just got an alert that that was still working in the background, and I needed to stop it so that I could have a better experience on here this morning. So I was taking care of that. But like I said, good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm super excited to be here with you guys. And I'm just going to jump right into today's affirmation. Hold on a second. All right. So today's affirmation is I am exactly where I need to be. Every step I take is guided, and I trust that clarity, strength, and support are always available to me. And we touch on this quite a lot because a lot of times we tend to be looking at where we're not and saying, "Oh, I'll be happy when I get there. I'll be happy when I get this. I will. It would be so good when I do that." But I want us to tap into that place of we're exactly where we need to be. We're exactly in the perfect spot for us at this moment today. And it's not saying that you're not aspiring to have changes and grow because we always want to be, right? But it's getting into that present moment and knowing that everything I need is right here. I'm exactly where I need to be. Every step I take is guided, and I trust that clarity, strength, and support are always available to me. And remember, what we look for, we find. What we believe we are, we are. And it's the synchronicities that have been showing up for me lately are just off the chain. And so I would love to know, are things starting to line up and show up for you that maybe you weren't paying that much attention to, or maybe you were? But, there are so many times in our lives that things are just popping, but because we're so focused on where we want to go, we're not seeing it, or if we are, we're almost like putting it on the back burner. Well, that's not everything I wanted. So I'm not even going to think about that. I'm going to think about where I want to go. And I really want to tap into with you just breathing and, today's perfect. Everything that is going on right now is perfect. I am exactly where I need to be. And a lot of things have been happening for me right lately with meeting people from my online space in person, and I'm always quite amazed, that wow, they took time out of their trip to say hello to me and meet up with me. It's like, wow, to me, that is the greatest honor in the world, because the last few people I've met that were my online friends and acquaintances, they came into my area and reached out and said, "Hey, I'm going to be in town. Do you want to meet up?" And that happened yesterday. And I was just, I mean, I was honored beyond belief, because it is just amazing. I mean, um, when somebody's coming here, like Nikki was coming here for a conference, and she was staying with a friend, and she was on her way from the airport. She reached out and said, "Hey, I'm going to go to lunch. Do you want to meet me?" And it was like, wow, you know, I was, like I said, I was so honored, because that is profound when anybody feels like they want to reach out and connect with you in person. And, I wish right now that I had the ability to go and connect with every single one of you in person. That would be amazing, right? So maybe that's in my to-do list, my bucket list, my declaration of what's going to start happening. But, I just can't even explain how honored I felt. And the synchronicities just keep coming. The people reaching out that to help me in some way, the ones that we become collaborative partners. I just Emily just joined the group yesterday, and she and I had an amazing conversation. And so we're going to collaborate, where I'm going to go into her group and share some hypnosis tools, some things to help them with getting outside of their limiting beliefs, because she helps people that are in business to actually get into that sales process, that ending part where you say, "This is how much it is." She helps you to get so comfortable with that it's like it just happens. And because when you can really, and I'm only paraphrasing because I haven't taken her course yet, I'm going to, or her membership. But the thing is that it's, the more you hold back on things like that, the less people you can help, right? And so that is amazing that we had the conversation yesterday, and there was so many things that she said that were like golden nuggets. So I recorded part of it, and the title of it is Emily's Golden Nuggets. Because she had so much gold in there. And so go and check out, she did do an intro yesterday, introducing herself in the group. And the people that are popping into the group now, I want you to really, really take advantage of and check them out, right? Maybe friend request them or something, because there's a couple of new people in the group, and there's been a few recently. And I just know that there are going to be more of these people coming in. So if you know somebody that would be a great fit to be in this community and share their expertise. Now, I'm not saying they're going to be they're going to be selling themselves in the group, because that's not what we do here, but we support each other. So if you know someone that could be supportive and be part of the community, then definitely let them know, and ask them to come in and join us. And then you make sure that they know you have to answer the questions in order to be in the group. So don't just send them the invite link. Just send them it is listed as We Stand Up and Stand Out, I believe is how it's listed. So that's the group name in the whatever. Or you can send them to vickypoole.com, VICKIEPOOLE.com. And I would love to have more people joining us, and because we're really getting to some activation things. And so remember, our affirmation for today, I know I got all off track, but it was fun. I am exactly where I need to be. Every step I take is guided, and I trust that clarity, strength, and support are always available to me. And that's what we are in this community, is clarity, strength, and support. So it is always available here, but it's always available in here as well. And so we are here for you. And so definitely thank you for being here. And I see some people watching, and I know you're probably at work and can't join in, but thank you for being here. And let's see, I am going to go ahead and share today's journal prompt. Oh, good. I was thinking, did I make it too long again? All right, so your journal prompt for today is, what do I need most today? Mentally, emotionally, or spiritually? What do I need most today? And how can I show up for myself with the same love and support I give to others? See, that's the thing. A lot of times we are so supportive of other people, and we'd take the shirt off our backs. The things we will do for others, right? It's time to do that for you. It's time to do that for ourselves. And maybe you do that some, but do you do it enough? So I really want you to look at this. How can you show up for yourself with the same love and support that you give to others? That can be profound, to give your own self that kind of support. Good morning, Lynn. Good morning. So I'm going to go back to our affirmation. And remember, put this on your index card, the screensaver on your phone, your sticky notes. Put it somewhere that today you are reminded. And remember, the words I am are so powerful. The I am statements are claiming that this is my life. This is who I am. There's no bones, no question about it. This is true. And your subconscious mind starts saying, well, okay, let's just see about that. Is that true? If that is true, how do we support that? And the fact that you say, I am, it believes it to be true. And so it starts looking for evidence everywhere. Remember our 2,000 bits of information per second that we are privy to out of the 50 billion? It starts making sure that those 2,000 bits of information are filled with things that help you understand and know in your heart that you're exactly where you need to be, that you're being guided, and that you have clarity, strength, and support. It's going to be showing you evidence of that like you would not believe. So claim it, own it. So like I said, put it on your index card, the screensaver on your phone, your sticky notes, put it on a piece of paper, stick it to your fridge, put it somewhere that today you are constantly reminded of this statement, this affirmation. I am exactly where I need to be. Every step I take is guided, and I trust that clarity, strength, and support are always available to me. And then our journal prompt. And before I get into my little spiel about the journal prompt, I want to find out. A lot of people that show up for these morning lives and come into the replays and everything get great value from the affirmations and the journal prompts. And I even have people, if for some reason I'm sick, or I did something where I didn't show up at the right time, or I decided to skip a day and they didn't get the message, they reach out and say, wait, where's the affirmation and the journal prompt? And so when I was talking with Emily yesterday, one of the golden nuggets that she gave me, she said, well, if everybody loves the affirmations and journal prompts so much, why don't you do a affirmation and journal prompt party? Whoa, why don't we? So I am scheduling it. And let's see, hold on, let me get to my paper here. And let's see, I wrote it down. All right, so I haven't created the event yet, but I'm going to do that sometime today or tomorrow. But we have a little time because it is Thursday, April 17th at 5 p.m. Eastern. We are going to have an affirmation and a journal prompt party where it's going to be more about the journaling part. And I'm going to give you some really, really cool journal prompts. And then we're going to spend a few minutes just quietly journaling together with some music in the background. And you can share, we can talk about what these journal prompts bring up in us. We can really, really dive deep into some journaling stuff. And you know how much I love the journaling part. And those of you that show up here, you do too. And so let's just explore it on a deeper level. And so I'm already in the mix of creating some different journal prompts that I think would be so profound for us to use. And so go ahead and watch for when I get the event scheduled. And it will be Thursday, April 17th at 5 p.m. Eastern time. And it's going to be so much fun. It is going to be not just a journaling experience, but an amazing, uplifting experience. So there you go. So just keep watching. I promise we're going to do it. All right. So our journal prompt. Remember, what I always recommend is that you take some time in silence. So you get out your journal, you get out your notebook, and you write the date, the affirmation, and the journal prompt. And the reason I love for you to do that is because they go together. But the date is so ultra important, because as you grow and you develop even bigger, a bigger world, more confidence, more growth, and support and love, and showing up for yourself. As you do all of this at a bigger level, you're going to come back in a month, 3 months, 6 months, and you can look at the date of that and what was going on for you, how you answered this journal. And you're going to be blown away with how much has changed and how you've grown, because we don't a lot of times recognize the changes we've made because we don't have a measuring stick to measure it with. For instance, when I was doing, Christine and I were doing a break the habits bingo game the other day. And it started with, it was like health habits that we wanted to break, our health habits that didn't serve us. And so I created I had 50 statements that went into these bingo cards. And so we randomly got the bingo card. And it wasn't calling anybody out on the bingo. It was just, these are things that people have issues with. And I'm going to call it out. And if you've got that on your card, you exit out, right? But the thing that was interesting was each one of us, because we had all gotten past a lot of the issues that were going on in the cards, right? But each one of us could say, yes, I used to do that. I used to feel that. I used to think that. And it was an amazing reminder of how far we'd come. And even though I know that I've changed drastically, right? Sometimes a little reminder like that helps you to see it in a different light, and you can celebrate it more. So coming back to your journal in, like I said, a month, 3 months, 6 months, whatever it is, and seeing what your thoughts were and seeing how much you've grown, it gives you so much to celebrate. And so I want you to be able to do that. So put the date, the affirmation, the journal prompt. And then you write it down, you say it out loud with feeling, and then after you've done that, you've set your timer for 10 to 15 minutes, and then you go into silence. You just focus on your breath, quieting that conversation that your head is always talking about. Your conscious mind is always busy. And so we're trying to quiet it enough that you can hear that inner guidance, that God voice filling you with information, because it's always there. It's just most of the time we have so much chatter going on in our heads and in our world that we do not hear it. We do not listen. We don't get the guidance, or maybe we get little snippets of the guidance. And so I love for you to tap into that silent space so that you can get even more guidance and hear the voice clearly, your inner voice, your inner guidance, your God voice, your intuition. It's all there. And this helps you to release it. So you focus on your breath. If your chatter starts, then you go back to your breath. Not if, when the chatter starts, you go back to your breath, and you keep doing that till the timer goes off. And then when the timer goes off, you write out everything that pops into your head, whether it makes any sense or not. You write it down. And sometimes it's going to sound so absurd, like, I need that. I don't think so. Write it down anyway. Keep writing. Just brain dump everything that shows up, because your subconscious mind knows so much that you don't even have any inkling about, because your conscious mind is constantly busy trying to keep things in order. It doesn't really want to know all of that. So just let it flow. What do I need most today? Mentally, emotionally, or spiritually? Just flow that information out. Just write until you can't write anymore. And I'll be honest, when you first start doing this quiet time and then journaling, it can be a little bit, it's almost like you think, oh my God, this is not working. I'm not getting anything. I think this, but is that my conscious mind? Is that my subconscious mind? And you can start really, really going down a rabbit hole of despair of, I can't make this work. But see, the thing is it's a muscle that you exercise, that you keep working with. So whatever's going on for you as you do this, just take a breath and just get still and then start writing again. Even if all you're writing is, I don't know what to write. I don't know what to write. Something come to me. Answer this question. What is the question? Just write anything. And then as you continue to do that, other things will come in. Even if that doesn't feel related, write it down. Because you're going to be able to look at it later and you're going to see some relation in what you need to do mentally, emotionally, and spiritually today. And then the second part, how can I show up for myself with the same love and support I give to others? So then that gives you a chance to look, how do I support other people? How do I show up for them? How do I love them? And then you write that all down. And then as you write all of that down, then you look, let me do that for myself. Let me do that for myself. Because it's such a powerful exercise. And don't start off with, how can I love myself? How can I support myself? No, start it with, how do I show up for others? Because that you're going to see, that you're going to know. Write all that down and then flip it around with, how can I do that for me? That's the most powerful way to do this part of the journal prompt. How do I show up for others first? What is that? And then how can I show up for myself in the same way? How can I flip it around? So if this has been a little bit eye-opening for you, if it has been something that maybe you're resisting it just a little bit because it feels like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this, then this is definitely where you need to be. So if you need help with furthering this journey of being able to show up for yourself, then I definitely would love to invite you to get into a conversation with me, because this is something that I've helped so many people with. I've had clients that could not even find 5 minutes for themselves, that once we worked together, they were even able to not only find 5 minutes for themselves, they started doing so much self-care. And actually, one of them started taking like weekend trips with their friends to honor themselves even more, and setting better boundaries with people. There was so much that happened with her that it was just like eye-opening, right? So maybe you're one of those people that you can't find any time for yourself and you're always busy. I know, Lynn, that you have from what I see and when we talk, so much going on in your world that it feels like you have a good balance with that. But if you need a little tweaking, if you need a little help with something, definitely reach out to me because I'm here and the conversation is absolutely free. And I promise you will come away with at least one golden nugget. Like I said, I had a conversation with Emily yesterday and I even put the transcript and printed it out and it says Emily's golden nuggets. So I promise you, you will have a golden nugget that you're going to want to write down as well. All right. So let me go back and repeat our affirmation. Where are we on time? Okay. I am exactly where I need to be. Every step I take is guided, and I trust that clarity, strength, and support are always available to me. Oh, delicious. I love it. And our journal prompt. What do I need most today? Mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, what do I need? Not what do I want? What do I need? What would support me the most today? And how can I show up for myself with the same love and support I give to others? And remember the way I said to do that, and I should have put it in there, but I didn't. But first you say, how do I show up for others? It's in there, but it's kind of tagged at the end. And I want you to really dive in. How do you show up for others? What do you do? How do you support them? How do you, maybe how often do you call them? How do you support them? What do you do to show love for them, love and support to other people? And then once you really tap into that, how can you do that for you? And I'm telling you, you're going to feel like $1,000,000 when you start doing that. It doesn't matter if you don't have $1 million in your account yet. You're going to feel like $1,000,000. I promise you. All right. So you have, what do we want? See, this is when I always miss Wendy because I know she's been a cruising queen recently and got this birthday. Was it yesterday or today? I don't remember. But she usually is really good about giving me that last little phrase. So maybe you can help me that if you're still here, Lynn. Have a day filled with love and support. How about that? That'll work. All right. So I will see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, and be so blessed today and really, really tap into the knowing that I am exactly where I need to be. Love you guys.